Lost sleep, lost friends, still went all in. Now my name got weight when I step in the room. Same as the doubt, they wanna ask what I do. I don't flex for attention, I flex for the pain. For the times I was broke, but still kept my faith. If it look easy now, just know it wasn't then. That's why they hate seeing me win. The risk they were scared to attempt. Lost sleep, lost friends, still went all in. Now my name got weight when I step in the room. Same as the doubt, they wanna ask what I do. I don't flex for attention, I flex for the pain. For the times I was broke, but still kept my faith. If it look easy now, just know it wasn't then. That's why they hate seeing me win. The risk they were scared to attempt. Lost sleep, lost friends, still went all in. Now my name got weight when I step in the room. Same as the doubt, they wanna ask what I do. I don't flex for attention, I flex for the pain. For the times I was broke, but still kept my faith. If it look easy now, just know it wasn't then. That's why they hate seeing me win. The risk they were scared to attempt. Lost sleep, lost friends, still went all in. Now my name got weight when I step in the room. Same as the doubt, they wanna ask what I do. I don't flex for attention, I flex for the pain. For the times I was broke, but still kept my.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, when I say this, you would think that I'm a liar. But this video I saw is called Hustle Culture is a Trap and We Fell for It. And before I show the video, it says hustle culture Alright, so it says hustle culture told us to grind harder, sleep less, turned our entire lives into productivity machines. The result, burnout, anxiety, loneliness, and a generation that feels like it's never doing enough. So a lot of people, let's get into the video. Let's get into the video. Let's get into this video. What's good with you, Sonny? What's good with you? I know it's been a minute, been in two car wrecks. It's kind of upsy daisy. It's kind of upsy daisy with it. The topic is hustle culture is a trap and we fell for it. I'm sorry that majority of y'all don't know how to do things alone.
He's watching. That was most creators before vidIQ, guessing in the dark instead of knowing what works. Here's how vidIQ creators are breaking through in their own words.
vidIQ,
Am I the only one that doesn't like hustle culture?
Hustle culture is a scam.
You should not be happy that you are spending 40 plus hours a week working under someone and you can barely live.
Hustle culture is fucking insane and toxic.
But Americans' obsession with hustle culture?
See, you are looking at a person who utilized hustle culture to get out of the system. I utilize the hustle culture to be a boss when my lawyer would ask me and say, hey, wait, you're not an employee? No, I'm not an employee. I'm an employer. It's like they be stunned. They be thinking that I'm like, no, I'm an independent contractor. I do my taxes myself. Everything I do for my, like, a lot of people ain't built to hustle. There's a lot of people who aren't built to be bosses. There's some people who love to be the employee, not the employer. I couldn't see myself to be an employee.
Is just utterly ridiculous.
It's not an obsession, it's a necessity.
Let's be completely honest for ourselves for a second. I think that hustle culture has made us more tired than it has successful, because I hate the fact that people make me feel bad for the fact that I don't want to work hard in this life. Everyone keeps telling us to.
And people be looking at me and wondering why I don't really focus on working hard. People be mad at me for the choices I chose. When I used to go work for somebody, the people I would be working with would tell me, why are you here? There's people that I was working with, they would ask and wonder, why are you here if you making this type of money outside? Because once you invite people into what you do outside of work, then they want to be all up in your business. Like, I was going crazy on the algorithm on my TikTok, but it got suspended. Had to start another one. I created this media company from the ground up. From the ground up. And it's like, when you see where I live at, people would wonder, people be wondering, is the house that I live in an Airbnb? I'm like, no. I pay, like, rent is paid at this house. My wife loved me for my ambition. Everything in this house is paid for. The vehicle that got totaled, the Kia Rio, that's paid off. And we don't have, it's not on our record no more. I just got rid of more debt. The washer and dryer that's in the laundry room, paid off. The TVs in here, the PS5, the furniture, all paid off. And y'all like to hustle? From 2012 to 2017, I was working 3 jobs plus going to school. I have 5 LLCs. So I have Intruso, which was my first LLC. I have The Black Introvert, which is my clothing company. I have K&D Vending, which is my vending machine business that I partnered up with my wife with. Was Never Media, which is what I'm on now. But I have, under my Was Never Media company, I have 3 different platforms I'm monetized on. 3. Like, gotta make sense.
Grind harder, wake up earlier, sleep less, monetize our hobbies, and turn every second of my life into productivity. And somehow we're
Bro, like, I started doing DoorDash in 2016. DoorDash was made in 2013. When I tell you that there's money out here, my phone, I've made so much money with my phone. It's crazy. A lot of people would be like, I showed someone how much money I have in my 401k. They couldn't believe it. When I told them that I have the requirements to retire early, but since I'm not at the age of being 62, they won't let me retire early. But I got all the requirements to retire. It's like y'all hustling the wrong way. I don't work through my social security number no more. I work through my EIN number. I don't have your regular bank account. I have a business bank account. I see everything that y'all don't see.
we are out here surprised that people are burned out, anxious, miserable, and just uninterested in everything because now they have to monetize the thing that they enjoy. Like, why can't they just, have their hobbies be just that, a hobby, instead of some kind of side hustle? Somewhere along the way, we confused working hard.
I never turned all of my hobbies that I did. You can make money off of each and every one of them. My PS5, you can make money off that. Playing the game, you can make money just recording yourself, putting yourself out there. I am a person who I have seven different sponsorships. I got 7. I created sponsored videos. All of my content that I create on TikTok and that I edit, I bring it over to here. Everything that I create on my TikTok, I bring it over here. I create between 6, because in a day, I got so much time, I'm able to work. I work for myself. I don't answer to people. I don't have to get on the phone I don't have a boss I talk to. I talk with bosses. I got my badges to show proof that I'm an independent contractor. I have degrees I can show you. I got certificates I can show you. I can show you proof of everything that I do. My My medical courier business is literally on the refrigerator. All I would do is when I get back to doing what I do outside the house, I just put that on the car and I'm working. Y'all gotta work 80 hours. I only work 8 hours a day. I'm in control of what I make. I don't get paid per hour. I get paid per delivery. I made $250 off of one delivery, which dealt with medical supplies that was needed from one hospital to another hospital. So it's crazy.
With never resting. We turned exhaustion into a flex. If you're not overwhelmed, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not monetizing your passions, you're wasting your potential. And if you take a break, then you're just falling behind. That mindset, in my opinion at least, is not strength. That is just psychological pressure dressed up as motivation. And here's the part no one says out loud either. Hustle culture is really good for companies, but it's really bad for people. When workers blame themselves for being exhausted, corporations don't.
I am never exhausted. I got too much energy in my body. All my brain does when I get off of here, my brain is thinking of more ideas, more inventions to make, more content to do. Like before something goes viral, I see it firsthand. I see the engagement that each and every different topic is getting. What's good with you, gamer? What's good with you? Like a lot of people, before I started my medical courier company, there were people that were telling me at the job that I was working before I got fired, told me it might not work. What you mean it might not work? All I have is time. It has to work. You got to put your foot on the pedal and keep going. You got to push through. I didn't just get 1 million views on this channel just because. I got over 1,600 videos on this channel. That's 1,600 different ideas I did that I just threw at the board in the algorithm. Like each month I create different things. Each month is something different. This month is focused on Black History Month plus the news content that I'm working on. Man, I tell you.
Have to do anything. You don't have to change anything, guys. If you're struggling, the system doesn't get questioned. You do. You get questioned instead of the company. Oh, you just didn't want it bad enough, or you didn't grind hard enough, or you didn't sacrifice enough to get what you want. That's convenient to them because it turns structural problems into.
Bro, I've been an entrepreneur since I've been born. In elementary school, first grade, Miss Kimry, who is my first grade teacher, asked her class, what did we all want to be when we grew up? I had told my first grade teacher that I wanted to be a streamer slash entrepreneur. You know how many people laughed in my face? And it brought me to realization that when my cousins told me, because I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas, my cousins told me, they said, cuz you are going to be the only cousin that leaves and never comes back. And I never understood it, but now that I've been living in Louisville, Kentucky since I was 13, 18 years of my life, I have planted my seed in this state. I'm the firstborn on both sides of my family. I'm the first grandson, the first great grandson on my dad's side. And I'm in the top 10 on my mom's side. My family is so huge. So huge. The type of people that I know, it's insane. And I love it when people try to talk about the hustle culture. Yeah, y'all just didn't want it hard enough. You're looking at a person who I put my all into creating content. This ain't just a fairy tale. All the things that's in this house comes from my wife. She has an amazing job. I'm a boss. My wife is also a boss. You feel me? Um, so gotta make it make sense.
Personal failures. And it's not just about work either. Hustle culture invades our identity. It invades who we are as people, because then our worth is tied to our output and our productivity, and our rest has to be quote unquote earned. Now even your downtime has to be optimized. You can't just sit down and relax and have a good time to recover efficiently, right? You can't even have hobbies anymore. You have to be building a personal brand. Everything has to be content nowadays. And you can't even be a human, because like once you turn yourself into just this productivity machine and that becomes your identity, you're just like a robot. But we as humans are not machines. Us as humans, this may be a hot take, but we need boredom, we need play, we need unproductive moments where nothing is being monetized or optimized. And I think that's where creativity truly comes from. I think
I'm always creating each and every day. There's not a day that goes by. Because right now, as I'm creating, I'm also creating, I'm like multitasking. I'm doing this, but in my brain, I'm thinking of other ideas to give y'all tomorrow. And then when I get done doing this video, I'm about to cook up more content on my phone, post it on TikTok, and then create thumbnails, create the title, create the descriptions, create the tags. I'm just letting y'all know. It's real out here.
that's where your meaning comes from, and that's where your mental health survives as a person. And I think that hustle culture around us has given us record burnout, record anxiety, loneliness, and people working more hours than ever, yet feeling more insecure than ever, especially financially. And this isn't a motivation problem either. This is a culture problem. The American dream used to be about building a life. Now it's about building a brand. And I think the American dream is simply just that. It's just a brand that this country sells to us Americans. We went from work to live
Well, look, if you go to the beginning of when we are born, America puts our name as brands already. Because once you create an LLC, all the letters are capitalized. The same way your name is capitalized on your statements, on your tax returns. Those are business names. What that? What do I know? Huh? What do I know?
Live to work, and we act shocked when people feel empty about their lives. You are allowed to want a life that isn't optimized for maximum output. You're allowed to want enough money, but not infinite money, right? I'm not talking about like having infinite money, but you are allowed to want enough money to pay your bills and to not have to optimize your hobbies all the time.
Listen, if I just make six figures a year, I'm cool with that. I'm not fiending for millions. If I just make a cool over 100,000, I'm Gucci. Cause I have a loving wife who makes money. I make money.
And you are allowed to clock out work and still be valuable as a person. Your worth is not your productivity, your value is not your income, and your life is not some kind of startup. So maybe the real rebellion in America right now isn't about grinding harder. Maybe it's choosing to be a human in a system that wants you to be a machine or a robot.
Only a slave quantifies its existence through productivity. When your value is tied entirely to output, you stop becoming a human and you start becoming a slave. You're effectively a tool, and productivity becomes your identity. They've indoctrinated us through academia and hustle culture to believe that the more you work, the more honorable you are. But that's just slave mentality and it's nonsensical. If you're
When I tell you, when I show people the difference, because I'm a person who can employ people. I'm not an employee. Like I work for UPS, Amazon, Papa John's, Domino's. I've done FedEx delivery. I've done Amazon delivery. Um,
basing your worth on productivity or how much money you make, then it's growth for the sake of growth, which is the ideology of a cancer cell. Nietzsche once said, whoever does not have 2/3 of the day for himself is a slave. And it doesn't matter how prestigious your profession is, you could be the president of the United States and this is still true. A free person knows their worth isn't earned by labor alone. They work with intention, not obligation, and they certainly aren't ashamed to rest. They don't confuse being alive with being useful.
Hustle culture is a scam, and I'm about to prove it to you. This toxic mindset is everywhere now. People posting about their 4 a.m. wake-up times, their 18-hour workdays, acting like sleep is for the weak. They are convinced that if you're not grinding yourself into dust, you're not serious about success.
See, I used to do that. I used to like from 2000. So I told myself that at the age of 30, I'm going to be working for myself. I told myself that. And from 2012 to 2017, I saved up so much money to take care of things that I would put money like like save it up got me to where I am now. Because when I tell you that I I got my medical courier LLC the month before I got fired. So in May 15th, I got Neverlay Medical LLC started. Then, after I got it started, the very next month, I was let go. And here's the kicker. They let me go for falling asleep one time. And as I was at that job, I've seen a lot of people fall asleep there, but nobody else was getting in trouble. So that was confusing to me. And the type of shift I would be working at that job, 12-hour shifts. They were micromanaging the people who were the supervisors weren't really supervising. They were mainly basically on their phones and just chit-chatting.
But here's what they're not telling you. These same people are miserable. Their relationships are falling apart. Their health is shot. And they're one breakdown away from losing everything they hustled for. That's not success. That is self-destruction with a motivational soundtrack. Real talk? I've seen both sides. I've done the 20-hour days, missed family dinners, sacrificed my sanity for the grind. And you know what I learned? It's completely unnecessary. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. The most successful people that I know work smarter, not harder. They protect their energy, prioritize their relationships, and still build empires. They just don't post about it on LinkedIn because balance doesn't get likes. So here's your choice. Burn out in 3 years chasing someone else's definition of hustle? Or build something sustainable over 10 years while actually enjoying your life. The second path makes you more money and it keeps you sane. If you want to build something sustainable, drop me a follow.
I've been to 41 countries in a couple of years, man. I'm 30 years old. I've seen how different cultures and different countries think of life and think of happiness, think of success, think of drive, think of ambition. Everybody that's like so political, so religious, so this one way, it's been living in the same small town for 40 years.
Americans are built on the hustle culture, competition, and people are living how other people see them. Where if you go to another country like Italy, they just want to be happy there.
Hustle culture is poverty glorified. You should not be happy that you are spending 40 plus hours a week working under someone and you can barely live. That is all of your time. And the large majority of that is going towards bills.
I'm 39, and if I could give any advice, rest. Resting is a strategy. Resting, sleeping, relaxing, meditating, praying. Calm down. Hustle culture was probably one of the worst things that happened to my generation. Everybody relax. Calm down. Read a book. Drink some water. Go to sleep.
I'm 21, I already have one of my dream cars, pretty nice apartment, make decent money for my age. I'm not saying that's flex, but I'm saying that because none of this shit makes me happy. And don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. Make sure to pray and thank God for it every day. But all of this is a byproduct of hustle culture. Because of the niche that I'm in, social media has convinced me that I have to be staying up all night to work on my projects, that I have to be grinding 24/7 and doing all this other bullshit. And all those years of grinding and sleepless nights just stacked up and honestly put me in a worse position than where I was before. Back when I started my business, I was broke, I was going through depression, but I was so happy to be doing something for myself. I was super excited to learn, and I started deep diving content every single day about how to grow a business. But you will quickly see how fast your For You page, your YouTube feed transitions into this kind of hustle culture content that promotes just the worst kind of shit. That kind of content quickly made my self-value depreciate and was based purely on performance. I haven't had a normal sleep schedule in 4 years, and literally this summer it eventually all paid off. Got the car, crib, whatever, cool. I was finally able to take a break and look back at everything I've accomplished. And I realized for the whole 4 years, I was not even really happy. I was too busy creating a life that would look pretty on social media, that I thought would bring me external validation, and the whole time, it's all garbage. It's my entire life now is not.
Listen, a lot of people, everybody doesn't even know what I do to make money. Everybody doesn't even know what I do to make money. My own lawyer thought I was an employee. The only people that know what I do to make money is my wife, God, my mother, and my mother and father-in-law. Not a lot of people know what I do to make money. I just finished my taxes. I do my own taxes. I do my own everything. I own everything. I built Was Never Media from not having nothing. I did DoorDash for 10 years. In 2020, when COVID had happened, I was making so much money that H&R Block was like, how did you make this much money doing DoorDash? I'm like, I mean, the money was there. The lane was open.
Even my own. It's not even for me. And even if this only helps one person, I don't care. That's all that matters. Create a life for you. Do not live your life for your parents. Do not live your life for your friends. Do not live your life for anybody but you. Because at the end of the day, you gotta lay in the bed that you made. You could probably skip out on an entire midlife crisis if you just understand this principle of living for yourself. For the last 2 months, I've been depressed because I don't want to work on anything. I had to use that time to literally relearn about myself, make life worth living again. And there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of motivation. I still watch it every now and then too, I'm not gonna lie. My best advice is gonna be substituting all that hustle shit out and watch content that really just works on your inner child. Healing is a journey. Healed is not something that you can become, so you will be healing at all times. So do not think you're above this. Do not think you're better than this. Get to the root cause of why you work so hard. Get to the root cause of why you do things, because you may realize in time that you're working so hard for a car you don't even want. You may go to college for 4 years to get a degree you don't even like. When it's all said and done, you're gonna work a job that you don't like for the next 50 years.
So, I chose business degrees because I was focused on creating a business. When I was younger, I didn't know what that business was going to be called. But the name came to me. Like, Was Never Media was the name I was given to be my media company name. Never Lay Medical, every name I'm telling you, I made it. That's the name I came up with.
Your life. And you can take my advice or don't. I really don't care. I just know that you watching this video, you're gonna be rich, and I don't want you to get to this point where you get all these things and they don't mean anything to you. So when you get rich, I want you to be happy. And completely random topic, but if you ever go buy your dream car, buy it in cash. Don't finance it.
Can we talk about?
And mind you, my dream car, you know how many dream cars I have? How many dream cars I want? Like, I want a McLaren. I want a Rolls Royce Spectra, an Aston Martin, a Ferrari. There's a lot of vehicles that I want, but I'm not the type of person who's gonna like. I just wanna like. I haven't even told y'all the vehicle I'm gonna get in the near future because I'm too focused on. I'm focused on taking care of all this debt that I have, like my collections. Because majority of my debt is mainly school. I don't really have that much in collections, but hey.
How impossible it is to have a life as someone who works a 9 to 5 in America. Someone who works in America, period. Like, let me give you a rundown of what a typical workday looks like for me. I try not to hit snooze at 7 a.m., though I fail sometimes. Then I start getting ready. I do my skincare, I pick out an outfit if I haven't the night before, put my leftovers in my lunchbox, and if I have enough time, I either make myself coffee or I stop for coffee. Then I'm at work from 8:30 to 5. Then I sit in traffic for 30 to 40 minutes, yeah. I'm home by...
See, I used to do that. I used to do that. I used to give UPS 4 hours, give Amazon 10 hours, give Papa John's another 8 hours. But now I'm in control of my time. I'm in control of my time. No one can tell me how long my bathroom breaks are. Like when I'm streaming, it doesn't matter. I can eat, I can breakfast, lunch. I can be cleaning around the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm just stating the facts. Just stating the facts. Let me 1 second. Gotta put these hangers up. I can keep the camera rolling. Because a lot of people be thinking I don't live the type of life that I live. Like a lot of people be wondering like, why don't we hear the smoke detector? Well, I buy like new ones get put in. I make sure that we have new ones so that we don't have to hear the sound going off like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, just stating facts. Just stating facts. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. You feel me? That's all I'm doing.
Around 5:30, 5:45. I have therapy on Tuesdays at 6, so forget it. I only have a couple of minutes to wind down before I have to hop on the portal for my appointment. And don't get me wrong, I'm super thankful to be able to go to therapy because I have a good insurance plan from my job that allows me to. It's sad, but healthcare of any kind is a privilege in this country, it seems, because it's so expensive. And it really depends on where you live and what health insurance you have. Then my lovely boyfriend and I make dinner together, we clean up, then I go shower and do my night-night stuff. By this point, it's probably already like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Maybe even later, depending on if it's a hair wash day or not. Then if we have time, we watch a show. If not, we go to bed. Really just feels like it's this rinse and repeat cycle. So to all of my dear friends watching, if you haven't heard from me through text or you haven't seen me in weeks or maybe even months, I'm really sorry. I really am. It's not personal. You all know that you do not have to guess with me. If there's something wrong, if I'm upset, I will tell you. But again, this is just how the cookie crumbles. And weekends aren't much better either. Because sometimes I work a second job as an on-call server. My man and I have to clean, we have to do laundry, we have to make sure that the house is taken care of. I have acupuncture every other week. Sometimes my little brother has a soccer game and I love going. He's also another person I feel very sad that I can't see as often because I'm so busy all the time. Again, I really do feel as though I am just living to survive and to get ready for the next day.
I have no interest in climbing the corporate ladder and making $1 million and becoming the CEO, and I hate hustle culture and rising and grinding and working out at 4 a.m. Do you want to know what I want to do? I want to play pretend and I want to dress up. I want to read books about dragons. I want to watch shows about vampires and watch movies involving magic and playing games that involve magic. I don't care about your hustle culture. I actually detest it. I hate it. Capital H, I hate it. I want to sit outside with a drink in hand and I want to talk to the birds and the squirrels and the bugs and the frogs and the toads and all the little critters that are running around. I want to sit in the sun and absorb it like a plant. I want to enjoy life. I have zero interest in making $1 million and, climbing over top of people to get to the top of the food chain. I don't care. We could all have so much fun in life if we stopped with this, you need to have fun and you need to prioritize play.
The whole idea that people are proud of working 3-4 jobs and proud of working, I work Monday to Sunday. That's
60 hours
guys,
a week. I work 8
not only is hustle culture BS,
yes, man,
it is demonic. And I know you're laughing, but I'm dead ass serious. It is so anti-Christ. If you're a believer, I want you to listen to me. This thing on?
Yes, it's on.
I want you to listen to me. Hustle culture is highly demonic. There is nothing positive that comes from burning yourself out to meet a goal that society probably set for you. There's a reason God established the Sabbath.
Once the rent is paid and the fridge is full, I'm good. Everything else is extra. Hustle culture tends to make us forget what really matters. Once those two things are taken care of, you're already richer than most. Because a safe space and food is really a luxury.
I want to normalize for a second. Bro, everybody don't want to be a business owner. Everybody don't want an LLC. Everybody don't want to be this boss person. Some people just want to go to work, get their money, take care of their bills.
Hey, and that's 100% facts. I mean, think about this. If everybody owns a business, who's going to be the workers? And it's not a business if it's just one person doing one service. You provide a service. That's what you're doing. It's not business. Now, yes, you could expand. You could do other things, yada, yada, but while you're just doing it by yourself, bro, that's a service, bro. It's if everybody...
See, look, I like working for myself. I like working for myself. I don't mind doing all the things. With creating content, because a lot of people don't be understanding what comes with creating content. You also have to edit your videos. After you create the content that you do, You have to edit the video. So you have to watch yourself over and over and make sure that you are putting in the right words that you said in the video. You gotta put the caption. You gotta put where it says subscribe to the channel, follow me here. I can show you my sponsorships.
Hustle culture tends to make us forget what really matters. I think once those two things are taken care of, you're already richer than most. Because a safe space and food is really a luxury.
I want to normalize for a second, bro. Everybody don't want to be a business owner. Everybody don't want an LLC. Everybody don't want to be this boss person. Some people just want to go to work, get their money, take care of their bills.
Hey, and that's 100.
Look, y'all might not want to be the boss person, but y'all be mad at me and wondering how I get more money in taxes. Like once you understand tax codes, tax write-offs, like that's a whole thing. There's a lot of benefits being a business owner. There's a lot of free money out there that the government is giving for free.
In facts. I mean, like, think about this. Think about this. If everybody owns a business, who's going to be the workers? And it's not a business if it's just one person doing one service. You provide a service. That's
No. What I'm doing is a business. Medical courier, that's a business. Like, you cannot tell me that I've been working for myself since I was young. I've been working for myself. Like, you can't tell me what I do by myself is not a business when I do my own taxes. I have a fleet card that is utilized with the vehicles that I will put gas in. Like, you gotta make it make sense. You can't tell me that working for myself is not a business when I talk to other business owners. I don't talk to the employees. I talk to the business owner. I got actual contracts.
you're doing. It's not business. Now, yes, you could expand, you could do other things, yada yada. But while you're just doing it by yourself, bro, that's a service, bro. Like, and like
this service that I'm doing, I get paid a lot of money being a medical courier. Like, you know how much? See, I can't be telling people how much a medical courier company actually makes because I only did 5 months of it. Only did 5 months. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy because there's a lot of people who want to do what I do, and there's a lot of people that say that they want to work for me.
it's if everybody is a business owner, nobody's going to be bringing in money because everybody's trying to take money from the next person. Like, it just don't make sense. And I'm tired of this like hustle culture. Like, now, yes, under.
No, because I own a medical courier company. I got 2 different contracts. One contract pays weekly, another contract pays bi-weekly. I'm just saying.
Understand that we in a space to where you just kind of have to make extra money. I'm at my second job right now, but at the same time, it's like it's some weird pressure that social media be trying to put on people. Like, You gotta be working this many hours. You gotta have this business. You gotta have that business. You need to have own a home at this time. You need to invest in this, invest in that. Let's slow down, y'all. Relax.
Nah. You don't want it. You don't want it bad enough. You want to be at the bottom. Like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't care about being a millionaire. All I care about is living healthy. You feel me? And I have investments. So don't look at me, man. Don't look at me. You're talking to a person who came from the hustle culture. I made it out of it. I work for myself now. A lot of the people that I used to work with are still wondering how I'm still cooking. Because the same job that fired me, they still see my face. They still wondering what you do now. Then I tell them the same place that fired me, I bring hospital stuff to that same hospital, getting money. My dispatcher is in Tennessee. The comfort of where I live at is my office. The comfort of where I live at is my office. That's why I love that a lot of the people don't really know what I actually do to make money. And even when I try to show people what I do, it's like it don't make sense to them that this is possible. But it is, because I'm living proof.
Y'all gonna run yourself ragged trying to keep up with social media and all this other stuff. It's too much. It's not gonna happen like that, man. Live your life. It's all right.
And another thing I want to say, I've been wanting to talk about this for a hot minute. Hustle culture is fucking insane and toxic. I don't care. You're mad at me because I don't want to work 5 jobs? What? Could tell me I'm wasted.
Yeah. See, I'm a person who made it out of the hustle culture. I made it out. I'm just gonna say that.
Potential. Me? I ain't wasting shit. Bro told me I'm wasting potential because if he had the subscribers I had and the following I had, he would be spam posting every day. I get it, but it's a good thing you're not me, buddy. Money does not drive me. I do content and stuff like that because I want to, but this not even about me. This conversation not even about me. Money does not drive me. Yes, I'm blessed and thankful that I'm able to pay my bills, doing what I'm doing. Never will take that for granted, but why does money drive everybody? They want the new this, new that. Hey, that's good for.
Nah, I don't really care about the new whatever. Like, I plan on making. I have a vision board in my mind on what I want to have for my wife and I's house. I already have a vision board for what I want it to look like. There's a lot of things that I don't really be telling people, you know. I haven't even told. I've told people that the next car I get is gonna be amazing.
For you, like, I think it's good to want to reward yourself for things and work hard, but why is that all that you care about? I will never understand that. And I get some people come from less fortunate households and they want to just give themselves things and give their family things that they never could afford. But this not even about y'all. It's like niggas out here working 6 jobs, scamming, robbing, doing all this. You have no free time. Do you have any hobbies? Do you care? How your mental health going, dude? That can't be good for your mental. There are other things more important than money for you to just be on go, go, go all the time. And I really think about those type of people who are constantly outside working, 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 because in their mindset is hustle, hustle, hustle. This is a hustle? This is not hustling. This is torture, dude. You gotta relax, bro. Go to the spa.
We're the greatest nation in the world. Nice. Do you ever take holidays? No. Do you get 4 weeks of paid leave? No, we get 10 days. Oh, so you could still do a big trip overseas. Oh, if we take the 10 days off at once, then we'll look lazy, so no. Do you get maternity leave? Yes, of course. Paid? Oh, no. I spring straight from the maternity ward back to my desk. Do you get sick days? Oh, we're scared of calling in sick, so we never use that. And what's your takeaway from all of this?
Am I the only one that doesn't like hustle culture? Why do I need an LLC? Why do I need multiple streams of income? Why am I lazy if I don't want to be an entrepreneur? Why can't I just be normal? You got to lose sleep. You're going to lose family members. You got to work 90 million hours a week. Why do I have to do that? I like what I have. I'm cool.
See, look, I'm an entrepreneur. I tell people, you don't have to work. You set your schedule. You set the time. Be an entrepreneur. Me having a medical courier company, I tell them how long I want to work. I tell them how long I want my break to be. So, case in point, when my wife, when she's pregnant, when she goes on maternity leave, I can go on maternity leave. I can go on as long as however long my wife's maternity leave is, I can go the same length. All I gotta do is tell the person I'm contracted with how long I'm going on paternity leave. We're good. Like, when I'm streaming, I'm getting paid for using, I use the bathroom, I eat breakfast, lunch. Y'all see me make breakfast, y'all see me make lunch, y'all see me do dishes, y'all see me sweep and mop the floors, y'all see me do laundry. I've live streamed every day since October of last year.
What I got. I'm trying to figure out what in history happened where enough no longer became enough. And who decided that luxury or lavish living was the best way to live? And I'm guilty of it too, because I have well over 100 pair of sneakers. And that is not including my basketball sneakers or my soccer cleats, indoor and
Man, I don't even have that many sneakers. I got New Balance, Asics, Pumas. I got Jordans. I had the same Gamma 12s from 2012. And they still look the same. They just they just a little bit yellow at the bottom. It won't take long to clear it up. I know how to clean them. I got these I got these Chinese New Year Jordan 13s. I forgot when I got those. I had those for years. I wear nothing but shoes that help support my flat feet.
and turf. All these pairs of shoes, and I only got 2 feet. What happened to make the majority of people go against our nature? Like everything we do is against our nature. And I feel like that's the root of depression. It's in our nature to want to survive. And these are the conditions we're given now. Well, we got to do all this extra shit in order to survive. But the conditions we are trying to survive in is unnatural. But it's a bunch of bullshit, right? Can we agree that all of this is a bunch of BS? My bad. This is just a stream of thought. that stemmed from a video I saw in the comment section. Was like, y'all don't got what it takes to be an entrepreneur because y'all lazy. And I'm thinking, like, is it that they're lazy, or that they also see that it's bullshit that we got to do all this extra stuff in order to, I guess, match the new normal that somebody created? Did we create this new normal? I don't know. What y'all think? Am I off? Like, tell me something. Tell me something, please. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out.
But Americans' obsession with hustle culture is just utterly ridiculous.
It's not an obsession, it's a necessity. Our country doesn't care about us like how yours does. Not all of us want to have 3 jobs to pay rent. Not all of us want to be on food stamps because we can't afford anything other than housing. You know how many of us would love to have like 1 job?
Hustle culture is just utterly ridiculous.
It's not an obsession, it's a necessity. Our country doesn't care about us like how yours does. Not all of us want to have 3 jobs to pay rent.
Yeah, dang. That's crazy. Y'all gotta have 3 jobs to pay rent. I just see, being an independent contractor, 2 different contracts. I get 6 different, like, when I get back to working, that's 6 different pays. I don't get paychecks. I get settlements. Dang, y'all got 3 jobs to pay rent.
Not all of us want to be on food stamps because
the government says I make too much money for food stamps. I never even had food stamps ever in life. I never had one, nothing.
we can't afford anything other than housing. You know how many of us would love to have like 1 job at a cafe on the coast of like Sweden and then not have to worry about anything? Hint, it's probably everyone who isn't already well off. And what is it now? 50% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck because they're one financial decision away from being homeless.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm glad I chose to be an entrepreneur. Because that's true. Not a lot of people want to be a boss. Everybody wants to just be the one to make the money. And see, that's why I'm focused on creating an empire. But let's see, the U.S. burnout crisis, no one wants to admit.
I tried everything, coffee, Pomodoro, and binaural beats, but nothing stuck until I tried this. Brain FM is neuroscience-backed music designed to help people who struggle with focus. Instead of fighting distractions, your brain just...
At this point, America isn't even a country anymore. It's a stress factory.
You know what? I'm gonna break character for this because I am so tired of the American working game.
Living in America right now feels like a punishment.
I am literally on the cusp of really just giving the fuck up. I'm so exhausted.
Ladies and genitals, let's stop pretending that Americans are, quote unquote, just tired, right? We are not tired. We are literally being run into the ground. Like, I don't think that us humans are supposed to be working like this. And the wildest part, we're told to treat burnout like a personal issue or a personal problem. Like it's some kind of mindset issue. Like we just need a better morning routine or a cleaner diet or even like a more aesthetic planner, right? No, people are exhausted because the system is extractive. We live in a culture that takes as much as it can from you. Your time, your attention, your energy, your creativity, and then they'll gaslight you into thinking that you're the problem when you can't even keep up. Work harder, hustle more, side hustle, optimize your sleep, optimize your focus, optimize your body, and optimize your personality. Like, we just have to monetize and optimize everything nowadays. At what point does a human being stop being a person and start being a product? Like, are we not allowed to just exist? We have to be, quote unquote, useful out here. That's what they say, right? We have to be useful, profitable, marketable, and if you're resting, you're quote unquote falling behind. If you're not monetizing your hobbies, you're wasting potential. And if you're not grinding, that means you're unmotivated. This isn't motivation culture we're talking about here. This is exploitation culture with just better branding. And let's talk about the lie we keep telling people. If you work hard enough, you'll be fine, man. You're gonna make it, guys. That promise is literally collapsing in real time. People are working full time and still cannot afford their rent. People have degrees and they're drowning in debt. People have...
Bro, here's the difference between a W-2 only employee and I'm a 1099 self-employed. So look, being self-employed, I have eligible business tax deductions. I save money in taxes. And I get a bigger refund than people. Like, because starting my medical courier company, the vehicle I drove was a tax write-off. The mileage that I did for the medical courier for the contract, tax write-off. All the food I ate while working, tax write-off. All the other business expenses for all the things I bought for the business, tax write-off. It all came from my bank.
Doctorate degrees and they're working at Amazon. People do everything that they were told to do. They will do everything right, follow the right path, go to school, work hard, be responsible, and then the finish line just keeps on moving further and further. They keep moving the goalpost. So yeah, people are indeed burnt out. I ain't gonna lie to you, because the math just does not work anymore. And then we wonder why mental health is in crisis, why anxiety is normal, why is depression everywhere, why are people emotionally numb to everything. You can't meditate your way out of structural pressure. You can't journal your way out of a broken economic reality. And you can't even self-care your way out of a system that constantly demands more but gives less. And another thing too, self-care has become the duct tape that we have put over systematic problems, right? They say, take a bubble bath, light a candle, then get back on that machine tomorrow. That is not healing, ladies and gentlemen. That is maintenance for a system that is burning people to the ground. And here's the part that people don't want to admit either. A lot of success culture is just survivorship bias with a podcast mic. We parade the few who make it as proof of the system quote unquote working, while ignoring the millions who are doing the same exact work and are getting crushed always. So if you're exhausted, don't blame yourself, guys. Stop blaming yourself. You're not lazy, you're not weak, and you're not broken. You are reacting normally to an environment that treats burnout as collateral damage. The uncomfortable question is not, how do we make people more resilient? No, it's, why do we keep building a society that requires people to break themselves to survive? And until that changes, burnout isn't a bug in the system. It is the system working exactly as designed.
I am literally on the cusp of really just giving the fuck up. I'm so exhausted of pretending to be okay and then people still demanding me to be more, to be bigger, to be better for their own personal enjoyment, but not for my own mental fucking health. I find it very exhausting as a woman, as a black woman, as a queer black woman, to have to be everything for everybody. Women want me to be their best friend and confidant and their advice giver and leech all of my energy to bring them joy. Men want me to give them seduction. They want me to smile. They want me to only give the right answers and allow them to be in charge. Society wants me to shut up, go to work, be quiet, do as I'm told. My family wants me to be a support system, consistently giving all of myself as if I haven't become a completely new person since I've been an adult. My boss needs me to be attentive, detail-oriented, focused, as if the world around me isn't completely crumbling into shit and I don't have enough money to pay my goddamn bills or clean water to drink in some areas of America, and then we still have to just smile and pretend like everything's okay. I just have to give too much. It's too fucking much, and I'm really tired. I have this constant need for escapism because I'm trying to bleed out of the skin of capitalist, individualist society, but I am sucked back in because I'm forced to. And I'm really about to quit on y'all and leave this fucking place. I want to leave. I want to leave America. I want to leave corporate world. I want to leave the idea of how I should be a woman. I just want to be. I just want to be without any transcriptions of how I should be. Can I do that without any stipulations of anyone getting pissed about what I can and cannot do? That's what I want to do. And I'm about to do that shit, and I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks.
So why are millennials burning out at record pace? Well, it's because y'all told us all we had to do was get the good grades and work really, really hard, and we too could have the American dream. But yet here we are in our mid to late 30s, still trying to pay off that student loan debt for the college degree that we no longer use. We can't afford to buy a house, let alone save for retirement. But the good news is we're not going to be able to retire anyway, so what's the point? And there's also this whole idea too that, like, you know, we are programmed to believe that our worth comes from our level of productivity, and so we've kind of created this subconscious addiction to stress. We wear stress as an honor badge to show off our enoughness and get the validation and approval from our parents and our coworkers in society. And even though we're making far more than our parents ever did at our age, somehow the cost of living still far exceeds the increase in wages. But between like late stage capitalism, alien invasions, and World War III, something's got to change pretty soon, right? So yeah, you know, we're a little bit tired, but luckily we've got our favorite vacation place that we go to. It's called Dissociation Nation, where we all come together and share our dark humor and sarcasm and 90s nostalgia as a way to, you know, get by.
So I had to completely stop working because of autistic burnout and because I was this close to not being on this planet anymore. Oh wow, that sucks. Do you know though that everyone has to work? Oh yeah, well I mean that's how people afford to like eat and stuff, so it's gonna be ramen every day for a while now. Okay, but when will you be working again? I don't know, I just got out of the hospital. You know, everybody doesn't like working sometimes. That's why you think all this happened, just because I didn't like it? You just gotta find something that makes you happy. No job will ever make me happy, because regardless of how...
See, look, that's why I stopped being an employee and became an employer. Because, you know, working for myself is a blessing. Working for myself
easy or difficult it is perceived to be, I will always end up in a state of burnout. Okay, but like, what's your dream job? Anything that I will be forced to do for the rest of my life is a nightmare. You're just being dramatic. I can go to work every day and I'm doing fine. Okay, well, I'm not fine. I'm doing really terribly, actually. I bet you're having fun sitting at home all day now, though, huh? More like a constant state of anxiety, but, thanks.
Younger Americans are experiencing what they call peak stress, and they're experiencing it earlier than anyone. A survey of 2,000 adults found most people burn out at around 42 years old. But for Gen Z and millennial adults, now the ages 18 to 44, the highest point of their stress happens much younger, at 25 years old.
Wow.
So when they were asked what's causing their burnout, most people said finances, followed by politics, work, and their physical health. 7 out of 10 agree that it'll only get more challenging to be an adult within the next 10 years.
People think, oh, these kids are so burned out, they're just lazy. It's like, no, they're working 40 hours a week, but at the end of the month, they have nothing to show for it. So if you're not making any progress and you look back 5 years and go, damn, I made $300,000 in the last 5 years, or I made $400,000 in the last 5 years, and I have nothing. If anything, I have $25,000 in debt. That's going to create burnout because you feel like you just put in 5 years of work and have nothing to show for it. And we still have people blaming them that, well, the reason you're broke is because of the coffee. It's like, no, it's the 25% inflation that we've faced that just destroyed people's spending power. It's the 30% increase in rent prices where people are spending 40% of their money on rent. You're still being taxed 20, 25, 30%. People just don't have any money. People aren't having kids. They're not being able to start families. People are struggling financially, fighting financially. Relationships are suffering. This is all decline in living standards. You realize millennials with degrees are living with roommates into their 30s, not having kids? How do you have a...
I'm a millennial and I have a loving wife. And a lot of people wonder, why don't we have kids? But to put it in, I'm gonna bring it to y'all real. There should be 2 kids here, but those 2 kids, we never got to meet. When I tell you, I'm bringing up my phone. All right, I'm gonna bring up my phone because there should be 2 kids here already. There should be 2 kids here already. So let me go here. All right. So so the first child would have been born July 9th, 2023. The second child would have been born May 7th, 2024. So I never had roommates in my life. I never had a roommate. I'm 31. I never had a roommate ever. Never. You know what I'm saying? So just tell them the truth.
a Thanksgiving in a 900 square foot apartment? How do you have a dog and go play in the backyard and make memories with your kids? I was living in an apartment complex just 2.5 years ago. Tons of kids. They may do, but they're all playing on the cement floors in the hallway because they don't have a yard. Because houses are $400,000. Humans are good at adapting, but there's a fine line between adapting and being taken advantage of, and I think we're being taken advantage of.
At this point,
I spy on my competitors every day over coffee. Let me show you what I do. So I use this website, similarweb.com.
I can make extra money. Like, I really feel like there's times where I just have not been able to enjoy life. I don't know if it's just me, but do anybody else feel like life is just a repetitive cycle? I literally feel like I do the same thing every single day. I get up, I make breakfast, take the kids to school, go to work, come home, sleep. And I do it every single day. Like, it's just a non-stop process. Like, I'm at the point where I'm so tired of chasing paper. I'm so tired of trying to figure out where where I can make extra income, where I can make extra money. Like, I really feel like there's times where I just have not been able to enjoy life itself. I feel like every time I turn around, it's a bill that's due. And then for some odd reason, I never have enough funds to pay that bill. And then I gotta go chase money to pay that. I'm tired of paying fucking bills. And let's be real, hustling is one of the most tiringest things. Like, it's not fun. There's nothing fun about the grind. Can we stop pretending like grinding is just so fun? It is the most annoying, miserable thing ever. Like, I am so tired of grinding too. That shit is tiring as hell too.
Yesterday I got off of work and I called my mom and I specifically said, how have you done this for 30 years? Obviously talking about waking up early every single day, going to a desk job, getting off of work, and then having to come home and make dinner and balance a social life and exercise and do all the things. For context, my mom worked all growing up, like she always had a job. And she said what made it easier is that there was never really an option. Like, mom couldn't just pick up her phone one day when we were kids and start creating content and make a living that way. Whereas nowadays, it seems like there are infinite amount of options to make work not feel like work, like working from home or working hybrid or being a content creator or doing digital marketing. Like, there's just so many options other than a traditional 8 to 5 job. Genuinely something that I wrestle with every single day because I like my job. I love my consistent income, love the benefits, love the people I work with, but at the end of the day, my time is not my own. I am, in every sense of the word, chained to my job. I could not quit tomorrow and be able to pay my bills next month. Like, there's just no way. I think it just makes it so hard to be in our generation and to go to a traditional job when all the people you're seeing online are waking up at 9 a.m., going to Pilates, doing their own thing, and like somehow making an income. It's just hard. Comparison is freaking hard, man.
Only in America do you have to pay a fee to hold your baby after it was just born. Only in America do you work 40 hours and then get asked if you want more hours instead of a raise. Only in America do you get billed for using your own money out of network.
See, look, when you become a business owner, I'm in control of what I make. I don't get paid per hour, I get paid per delivery. So each thing I pick up is paying me. So let's say, now let me just invite y'all into I'm about to help y'all. I'm about to break it down for y'all. I'm about to break it down for y'all. Now, all right, so let me invite y'all into this. All right. Let's say I do 200 deliveries in 2 weeks. Because I got one contract that pays bi-weekly. I got another contract that pays weekly that has a different payout. So if I do 200 deliveries in 2 weeks, I would have made $4,200. I'm not going to tell you how much I would get from each delivery, but just know the ending result will be $4,200. That's for 2 weeks. That lets you know how much I would make per month. I would make close to 9 bands a month. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Cause I just took care of one of my debts. I just took care of one of my debts. And I haven't even got my full settlement. So I got 6 more to take care of. And when I get my funds that I'm owed, because I gotta get paid these 6 months that I'm not working. Like, they owe me that. Like, I am owed that money.
Only in America does your landlord raise your rent just because they can. Only in America can you get a 4-year degree and then still just answer phones and qualify for food stamps.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can do the America shit. I really don't. Like, I just feel like it's just too much. Like, I feel like I don't know. I just got so fucking overstimulated in the grocery store for no reason. And I think the reason is because the work-life balance here is just fucking insane. Everybody can normalize if they want to, but I don't give a fuck. This shit is not normal. It's not normal to work this much. It's not normal to be burnt out. It's not normal to always be tired. And it's just like everything becomes so overstimulated because I feel like we're just so fucking burnt out, overworked all the fucking time. Everything's go, 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 rush, rush, rush. It's just, it's too much. Like, I literally was trying to in the grocery store. I was trying to buy groceries and I got overstimulated because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are my groceries so expensive? Why am I paying $70 for 3 fucking items? Like, this shit is crazy. And then I'm like, well, damn, I can't even really afford to eat out because if I eat out, it's not really much that you can eat that don't have poison in it, don't have bugs or some crazy shit in it. And then it's like, if you do cook, which I have to cook because I'm vegan, it's like you feel like you spend all of your time cooking, but it's really not that. It's just that you spend so much time working that every hour that you're not working, it just feels like, you know, I don't know. For me, I feel like I have a countdown almost in my head. Like, when I'm not working, like, as soon as I get off work, I'm like, okay, countdown to, you know, I have to, this 25 minutes to get home, 25 minutes to shower. Like, I'm like literally timing out and scheduling out every little single thing in my day. And it's like, okay, we can normalize this productivity, all this stupid shit, but it's not that. This shit is too much. Like, it's too much. I just can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. I really can't. Everybody else can, I don't give a fuck, but for me, it's not for me. I'm sorry. I should not be this fucking overstimulated over buying groceries. Like, I don't even want to eat anymore. I actually told myself today I'm only eating one fucking meal a day. One good meal a day, that's it. One meal a day and maybe a smoothie, because I just cannot, I can't do the cooking every day and the cleaning up, having to cook, and then doing all of that after working like 9-hour shift and driving 2 hours to get to and from. It's just too much. Spending 2 hours every morning trying to prepare myself for work. Everything just feels like a rush and there's not enough time for shit, and I'm over it. So I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't.
The burnout in America is unreal. Did you see the headline that said 43% of Americans have used vacation time to just spend the day in bed? They're not using PTO to travel, they're using it to sleep. That's how tired we are. And I can already see the comments now. You guys are getting vacation time? I've heard stories of European coworkers not being able to meet their American coworkers in multinational companies because they don't want the American workers finding out how much vacation time the Europeans get. If people from the States found out how much vacation time you get in Europe, I think there'd be some big changes like tomorrow. It is unreal having to live in a place where you have to pick either getting a surgery or putting it off because you don't have the time to take off from work. This can't be healthy. This can't be the right way to live. That's why we're moving to Europe, the land of sunshine and rainbows. I like to say that to rile up my comments. No, we're moving to Portugal, a country within Europe that has its own slew of problems, of course, like anywhere else. But we're escaping the work culture. We're escaping the hustle.
All right, so I'll say this. I'm about to cook up some content. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. More content will be made. Peace.
In a vehicle, they said I couldn't get, I appeared. In a vehicle, they was like, what is this? You see me outside of a house you said I couldn't get. Now I'm standing right in front of it with tears I never